guys, welcome to another guide. Today I'm going to be starting as Austria, which I think is one of the best nations for a world conquest. And of course I'm going to go for one faith, and this should be a pretty interesting run. I'm going to do some interesting tag switching and that sort of thing. This should be a relatively easy one faith, and I'll show you how we start. Of course, I'm going to start off with our +1 mana privilege as normal. So actually in this case, I recommend restarting if you don't get Burgundy as an ally. It just makes things easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just restart. Alright, there you can see we got Burgundy as able to be an ally this time. Perfect. So I like to start off the game with getting an alliance with Burgundy, and then getting an alliance with Poland. Just have to wait one day. Okay. I'd like to grab an alliance with Brandenburg. This is probably just because I like Brandenburg, you know, they have a special place in my heart. You don't have to ally him, you just need to get his relations up. So, first thing we're going to work on is just kind of follow the mission tree of secure electors. So we're just going to improve relations with 5 electors and make sure they vote for you. So, get that started. Just going to click here, click on the elector, improve relations, and so forth. And while we wait for that, we can of course do our estates. I like to get 1 stability if I can first. And then I will do the +1 mana privilege to each estate. And I generally like to do the cheaper advisors for each estate. Then I go ahead and do religious diplomats, if I can find it. And then clerical education, as well as do oversight by the clergy. And this should pick our equilibrium to 52%, and so I'm just trying to get the equilibrium above 50 so I can seize land without fighting rebels. So rights of council here, and then I do patronage of the arts and free enterprise, and that should again put us above 50. Perfect. I'm gonna sum the die and seize land. And make sure you do not ally Hungary or Bohemia, because we're gonna make them our subjects pretty early in the game. So yeah, just go ahead and continue on. Once you hit 100 relations with something, you can stop. And for the support independence, I don't really care. I don't want to get pulled into an annoying war. And I'm going to start by getting one of my favorite early game army templates is just this 12-4. Call that 16, and eventually we'll conform to that template when we have some more money. Now we can probably just turn off our maintenance. I like to delete some forts here. I'll generally leave this fort and the fort in Wien. So what actually I'm going to do is curry favors with Poland and improve relations with 2 at a time. That way we can go ahead and do our first war immediately. So we can get an alliance with Castile. Incurring favors and just working towards that first objective. And when we can, we're going to conform to this template. It's nice if Poland gets this, we need a Jagillion. I would consider restarting if he didn't. So later on you'll get this restoration of Union CB with Poland, and it's better if he's the Commonwealth at that point, because then you're basically just getting a personal union with much more territory. So we're not doing a ton in the early stages of the game, just kind of improving relations with electors and carrying favors, that sort of thing. We can conform this second army to this template now. The game likes to start with you with this focus here. I would just probably remove the focus, and that's fine. Alright, just about there. So we can start getting our army maintenance up because we're probably just about to our objective. Should be done now, yep. Secure electors. And that's going to give us a restoration of union with Bohemia. So the important part of this is just that I wouldn't worry about too much about these other guys coming to the war. You just want Poland. Like they're it's nice if you can, but I would say like don't worry about it too much. And then let's just declare this restoration of union call in Poland and go for it. And then just make sure you occupy his capital. I tend to like to just end this as soon as possible because I want to go on to the next war. Usually he'll accept it pretty early. You could go longer and get money, but I don't really find it to be necessary. Ooh, I haven't really seen this. You're supposed to have more dev than this guy here, but I don't. So we're gonna. This is unusual. Usually I have enough, more than enough dev. But he got some extra provinces, I guess. Thinking about just maybe deving to fix that, even though it's not ideal. Alright, so after some painful deving, we can finally complete this mission. We can now get restoration of union with Hungary. I could just call a bunch of my allies if I want, sure. This is not a hard war. This war should not be difficult. And you already have Bohemia to help you as well as hopefully Poland. War exhaustion is a little high. Of course, I never pay attention to ships and I just let them die. That's just just the way I play Europa. Ships equals bad. Do not use ships. I'm just gonna wipe peace out Milan. I make it that event where I can personal union him later. Go for an improved relations advisor here. Now you notice if I hovered over this, which is the union, I'm gonna get a huge coalition. So really, you just kind of need to wait out the war a little bit. And you shouldn't be at a call for peace or anything at this point anyways. Just kind of drag the war out a little bit. Try to get their improved relations advisor. Shouldn't have too many issues if you do that. You can see we still have this. We could end it, but there's still a little coalition that would form. So if we wait till the end of this year, I think I'll be golden. As you know, all that stuff ticks at the end of the year. Alright, you'll notice that after the year ended, there's significantly less people here. I don't think a coalition will form. So I am happy to just end it there. Make sure you improve relations with your newly acquired subject. Complete this mission, roll Hungary. And the balance of power here. I'd like to grab this ministerial's promotion for the negative advisor cost. I recommend turning off your maintenance during times of peace, especially early on when you don't have a ton of money. And that way you could even afford advisors. I'm gonna fire probably some advisors here. Always try to get an improved relation advisor, especially in the early game when you're conquering a lot. But I'm gonna fire my other advisors. The improved relations is probably the most important one. Because what I want to do is attack. Basically, if I don't take Bosnia and Serbia soon, the Ottomans will. And we don't want that. So, let's go ahead and declare war here. Should be a fairly easy war. Alright, gonna grab that all. I'm not too concerned about them joining a coalition. They might, but been down that road already. If they do, then they do. I don't think they'll attack. It's not really that big of a coalition. Okay, turn off your maintenance slot when you're not at war. Disband these forts because I am really not making much money right now. I'm going to start improving relations with some of the other electors. I don't want to lose the emperorship. Okay. I'm just going to gear up to go to war with the Ottomans here. He's hitting 6 very soon, so I would try to get a military advisor that actually does something combat-wise, like a discipline guy or a morale guy. I'm actually not going to do See, I worry about doing the show superiority war because I feel like I might lose some battles or my teammates might lose some battles, and I don't really care about the aggressive expansion that taking provinces from them would be, so I probably just want to do like a easy one like the Gorgos right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So rather than doing the holy superiority, I'm just actually going to go for take this province and call my allies. Go for it. And going for his capital early is always the move, if you can. So honestly, if you saw what just happened there, his guy died and didn't decide not to go with me. I would just save scum, I'm not gonna lie, yep, just... So this seems like a lot better scenario. As you see, yes, I had 2 save scum to get that, but it's gonna be a huge, difference. And I wanted to show you that in this guide. Like every time I save scum or something, right? Just so I don't like hiding if I'm, having to do that. I don't play perfect every time. I don't save scum much, but I do want to just share with you when I do. It'd be a little more interesting for you guys. We didn't make it across the water, so I don't think we can take across the water. Oh, we can. So they changed this recently, actually, I believe. Whereas if you have a connecting province that you have the fort in or something, you can take it across water. But it's weird that you couldn't take it alone, and then you couldn't take it backwards. It's gotta be a glitch, right? Because if you look at this, it's like this is okay, but this isn't okay. I'm intentionally not gonna take it across the water just in case it is a glitch, and I don't want you guys to be relying on, show. I don't want to show you if that doesn't work in the future. So that makes the most sense to me. I'm gonna take some coastal provinces in Constantinople and just call it good. So this is we just attacked the Ottomans and we got a little bit, but when you're playing Austria, the way I like to play it anyways is I kind of like to go after the Ottomans, then France, then back and forth. I don't feel like I'm quite strong enough to be at that point where I'm doing that back and forth, but you'll see later that I'll try to get into that kind of rotation of back and forth against France and the Ottomans. You put a little points into becoming the Pope. You never know. So of course, every time I always go for Justifies Wars as my Age of Discovery first perk. If you state stuff, remember you can lower autonomy after. I really am struggling on admin points right now. So I kind of just have to stabilize for a little bit. Like I'm like in debt and doing okay. It's just like I'm freaking level 4 here. I really wanted to be like pretty far into my first idea group here. But I'm not, so just gonna try to cover. I really don't want to go to any more wars for a minute. I really need my points. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lower autonomy where I can. It's all about just need to start making money. So I really wanted to talk about one thing new or semi-new that they added that's really nice is I can form Germany and it will dismantle the HRE automatically. That's kind of nice. Something to consider later. I'm not sure if it's great. I've really enjoyed espionage for the negative 20% aggressive expansion impact. I think I'm just going to go with that again because of the way that I'm going to be conquering a lot of in Europe. So, sounds good to me. So I'm actually out of debt now, which is pretty awesome. I can build my first ever church. That's cool. Thinking about attacking France in the future, but I am not sure where that will be. I'm gonna go ahead and recruit 4 cannons in each of my armies. Ooh, I got elected Pope. That is a big win. So, the reason being the Pope's so good is you have negative 20% aggressive expansion impact. Hopefully that guy hopefully he's immortal. Because I feel like I never get lucky enough to get the Pope. It's only because I'm making a YouTube video that I get that lucky. I have this super bonus, I might be able to take a lot from France, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and just declare war with France. Call them Brandenburg and Castile. I'm just eyeing how much land I can take because I'm the Pope. I'm like, how greedy can I be? Very greedy, apparently. Wow, okay, this is great. So yeah, guys, I would just recommend becoming the Pope. Yeah, just do that. Alright, for my fourth tier, I will probably be selecting this curtail clerical privileges. Gives you negative 10% tech cost. That's the important one for me. This is nuts that I can take all this land. I don't know what land should I take. I don't want Paris. Paris seems like a nice place to hang out. Alright, and I am finally going to end this war here. And I'm just going to take as much as possible. I normally wouldn't be able to do this, but because I'm the Pope, nobody cares, I guess. You know, I'm a man of God, that sort of thing. So I'm going to take a bunch of provinces up here and just call it good. Can I crawl for Crusade as well? This is just too good. I'm going to call for a Crusade against the Ottomans. I never was blessed with the luck of getting the Pope before, but apparently it's really good. I know you guys would never guess that, but I can confirm it's very good. I think I'll have to leave 20 guys here no matter what, though, to deal with the rebels. So I'm recruiting 20 more. What if my guys recruit? I don't need to declare the war before my guys recruit. I thought about it. But I am going to go declare war on the Ottomans. I'm wondering, I feel like this one's actually fine because they're so behind on military. And I get Crusade as well. This is looking good. I mean, we're going to probably not cross the water because I've never crossed the water. I'm just going to pretend to cross the water. Come on, guys. Let me cross the water. Please. Oh. Go quick. This is your shot. This is your moment. Oh, yeah. You just got to be patient when you're trying to cross that water. You know, maybe something will happen, like tsunami will, yeah, something like that could happen. Again, I intentionally left guys here because I knew rebels were going to be on their way. Alright, so it looks like I should be able to end this war. And again, I'm just going to create a connection to these, so it's easy for me to cross the water, and then just take as much as possible over here. Call it a day. I'm going to release Byzantium, I guess. And just grant him some provinces. Like, I have two. I need some admin points right now. And I'm going to grant him some more provinces. So as you see, I was super overextended, but I didn't want to be, so I just released Byzantium. Perfect. Might have to keep a guy over there to play the rebel duty. And that's where I'll wrap up the first episode of the series. And if you guys liked it, be sure to leave a like or subscribe if you like the content. And as always, have a great day.